going to just color these little rocks, and I'm going to be using C1, C3, and C5. So I'm just starting with the C1, and I'm going to go over the whole entire rock. Now a little trick you can do, if you're using an image that's already cut out, I like to roll a little piece of washi tape, stick it behind it, and kind of stick it down. That way it doesn't move while you're working. And then I have C3 here. And I'm going to make sure that I do this line over here because it's supposed to be the shadow. And then these little cracks would be where it would be darkest, and then just kind of flick out from there. And then C5. And C5 I'm going to take and make sure that I get the top part there and the bottom part there underneath each one of these cracks. And then I'm going to go back with my C3 and kind of blend so there's not such a harsh edge. And then now with my C1, I'm going to take and flick out the C3. And there you have 3 awesome fast rocks. Okay, so next is the water and the 2 pieces of grass. Okay, for the water I have BG11, BG10, B05, and B02. So those are the 4 colors I'm going to be using. The B05 and the B02 are probably going to be the main colors, and then these are going to just bring in that bluish green hint to it. So I will start with my BG10 and cover the whole entire water, the little watering hole for our dinosaurs. And then BG11. And kind of go around the edges, flick to the middle. BG02. Now this is going to be a shocking color because it's going to be a lot darker, but I'm going to come out back and blend with this. So I just got out of line. It's all right, I'll fix it. Okay, and then this is the B05. Go back with the B02. The BG11. And I like to pull so it brings kind of that darker color in and gives it a little more shadow. And then the BG10. And then a hint more of the B02. Like that, so that gives us a little watering hole. Okay, for the grass I'm going to use YG63, YG09, and YG13. Now these are totally 3 different colors of green, but that's kind of what I want. I want the grass to have a little bit of variation so that they're not all just one straight color, which you totally could do. It would be super cute. So, okay, so I'm going to start with the YG13. Now the grass I'm doing a little different. I'm just going over some areas with this color, like there's no rhyme or reason, and I'm doing the whole thing so I'm not leaving any white border. And then the next color is a YG09. Okay, again, there's no rhyme or reason to it. And then YG63. Now this is going to be like a darker, kind of like a camo green, which this will probably look a little bit like camo when I'm finished. And I'm going to kind of color those in. And then I'm going to take my first color that I started out with, the YG13, and I'm going to go back kind of over some of the areas that I already did with both of them to blend it just a tiny bit. Make sure I get all the edges. For him, I'm going to make him orange, and I'm going to use YR colors. So YR07, YR04, YR65, YR18. Oops, there you go. Okay. Going to take the YR65 and go over him, just his body completely. And I'm going to take and come in down below with this, kind of to the edges, and make sure to go around the spikes here. Pull up. Around the edges here. And really like pull in the orange because I don't want it to be left that peachy orange. I want it more of the darker orange, so. Okay. And then YR18. Do the same thing. But not as high up. You can tell when I do little tiny images like this, I kind of just dab on the color. I don't necessarily like color it. Okay, so I'm going back to the YR04 to take and blend this out a little bit more. Pull that in. Get rid of some of that peach in the middle. Pull in that dark color we just laid down. then go back with our lightest, which is the YR65 to the middle here. Grab the YR04 one more time right here. Just kind of go over that. YR65 in the middle. Okay, and then for the spikes, I'm going to take the YR07. And I actually want to take a C5 to the bottom of them. Kind of dot that on. And do his little toes with the C5. And then take the YR04 and kind of just place color on top of that to kind of just help them blend just a little. And then the, where is it? Here it is, YR07. I'm going to just touch it along the bottom down here, along the belly to make sure that it gets really dark down there. And then YR04. I don't know if there's really a rhyme or reason to what I do. I just kind of do it until it feels right, which is kind of silly, but that's what I do. I'm going to take just, this is just a white Jelly Roll pen, and I found that this is actually the best white pen that I've found. I have a few different ones, but I think that this one's the best. So I'm going to just take and place in a few little spots just to give it a little more added personality. That little dude's done now. We're going to move to this one here. And I'm going to do Y17, 18, 15, and 13 for him. You can choose whatever colors you want to do. These are just the colors I'm using for yellow because these are the ones I have. I don't have very many yellow for some reason. I have no idea why, but which is weird because I love yellow. So, okay, so YR13. We're just going to give it a quick wash. And this is the cute little flying bird. YR15. Just take it over the lines here. And then slightly flick up from the edge down below, along the side of the face. Well, I guess I didn't even do the face. And if you're wondering why I always put like the lightest color down first, I like to get my cardstock a little bit wet because I feel like the colors blend a little better. And it makes it easier for coloring, in my opinion. I'm not an expert. The Y18. Go along the edge there. And then the darkest, which is the Y17. Which is totally weird to me. Why Y18 is lighter than Y17? I don't know. But I've never figured out the color with Copic markers. Maybe someone knows and can tell me. Okay, and then go in reverse. So Y18. Kind of blend out that line. Y15. And then the Y13, which is the lightest. Kind of go over and give it a little bit of a wash. And then I think for the belly, I'm going to do the Y13. And then just come back with the Y17. Do a little bit of dots. Yeah. And then I'm going to take my C5 and just do the little feet. And I'm going to call those two done. So that is the Copic coloring for the cute little dinosaur card that I did. And I will link that card right here if you want to see how I assembled it and put it together. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you go and create something that is perfectly imperfect. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. If you want to see more creations, we also have, you can follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, on our blog. There's tons of inspiration from the girls all the time, and it's always the alleyway stamps. So I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.